So regarding the president, আমি এবাৰ quick revision এটা দি দিওঁ যোনে যোনে এইটো ক্লাছ আগতে কৰা নাই kindly shift to the YouTube session যোনটো যোৱাকালি হৈছিলে তাতে আপোনালোকে গম পাব alright let's quickly start sorry article number 52 পৰা 78 লৈকে we have the union executive or description and article 52 itself stands for the president now union executive বুলি কোৱাৰ লগে লগে kindly remember that president হুমাই vice president হুমাই prime minister হুমাই council of ministers হুমাই and also the attorney general of india remember this both the attorney general of india to miss কৰি দিয়ে that it is a part of the union then, President of India is the head of Indian state. Etu monot rakhibo the statement as it is. First citizen hoy acts as the symbol of unity, integrity, solidarity of the nation. Election or nominated members nathake, but elected members of houses of parliament, legislative assemblies of states are UT bilage participate kore. This we had done. Qualifications কি হয় this was in general আপোনালোকে চাব পাৰে তেনেকে extensive একো নাহে the most important point being that he should be qualified for election as a member of Lok Sabha okay not the parliament as a whole he should be qualified okay qualified should have the eligibilities 35 years of age হ'ব লাগে আৰু এইখিনি that it should he or she should not hold any office of profit means he should not be salaried under or does not have a job লাগিলে সেন্ট্রাল গভর্নমেন্ট হোক স্টেট গভর্নমেন্ট হোক বা লোকাল অথরিটি হোক বা এনি পাব্লিক অথরিটি হোক এজ আ হোল কিন্তু সিটিং প্রেসিডেন্ট এজন ভাইস প্রেসিডেন্ট এজন বা গভর্নর এজন মিনিষ্টাৰ এজন তেখেতসকল কিন্তু প্ৰেসিডেন্সিয়েল ক্যান্ডিডেটৰ কাৰণে এলিজিবল হয় আৰু এইখিনি অফিস কিন্তু অফিস অফ প্ৰফিট বুলি ধৰা নাযায় ওকে this was what we had done oath and affirmation আমি কৰিছিলো য'ত this is the most important one preserve protect and defend the constitution of india this was important oaths to kune administer kore the CJI of India we have done this yesterday kindly just etu revision eta kori disu and the senior most judge of the Supreme Court will administer the oath in case jodi president na thake okay now let us move on to the important topic today again president or junkini rest of the topics vice president and prime minister and COM hekhini ami will try to finish today short topics hoy very factual like I said these topics are factual okay ইয়াত বহুত বেছি conceptual একো নাই facts আছে কিছুমান আৰু যোনখিনি underlying concept যদি আছে then that is not required for prelims point of view that we will discuss in যেতিয়া আমি মেইনছ পাৰ্সপেক্টিভৰ পৰা পিছতে ক্লাছ কৰিম okay so make sure that আপোনালোকে facts খিনি clearly মনত ৰাখে the facts are very very important here okay কোট লোক সভা কোট ৰাজ্য সভা হেখিনি points kindly ভালকে মনত ৰাখিব all right what are the conditions of a president's office now this you should be very clear okay number 1 he should not be etu monot rakhibo he should not be a member of either house of the parliament okay he should be sorry etu apnaloke monot rakhibo that here in the qualifications he should be qualified for election does not mean that he should be a member etu monot rakhibo qualified hobo lagibo that lok sabha member hobo lagake junkhini eligibilities ase parliament chapter 2 ami sam lok sabha eligibility karone junkhini options junkhini conditions ase hekini fulfill hobo lage but at the same time the person he or she the presidential candidate should not be a member of the house of parliament kyo because if he is a member of the house of the parliament whether it is lok sabha or rajya sabha then decision lote hoy to there might be a bias so in order to have an unbiased candidature and unbiased decision making process hey babe the president is considered not to be a member of either of the house of parliament or even the state legislature both muthote apnaloke in short monot rakhibo pare the president should only be qualified okay but jetia apnalok optionot koi dia that should be a member tete he option to nohoy that will be wrong president cannot be a member just that's it lagile jote hok any house hok any job hok president cannot be holding of office of profit president cannot be a house of member of house of parliament or legislature as a whole monot rakhibo okay if such a person jodi by chance kunuba mp ba teneke house of parliament or ba house of legislature pa jodi kunuba president elect hoy gol then he is deemed to have vacated his seat by default okay jun dinar pra teket president hold he dinar pra jodi suppose mp seat eta loi asile then tente that seat becomes vacant from the day the president or the candidate becomes the president okay from the day the candidate becomes the president or holds the office as president hey muhurtote ki hobo hey muhurtote the position if he has a position as an mp or an mla that seat becomes vacant Please remember this, it's very important. Okay, he should not hold any office of profit. Eto ami পঢ়িলো Rashtrapati এইবিলাক ইমান important নহয়. The most important was this one, and this we have already done. Okay, and this is term of office. To office হ'ব লাগিছিলে থাকি গ'ল word. Okay, now this is not so important from prelims point of view. Like I said, যোনকেইটা point important হয় I will explain. বাকি কেইটা general reading. Okay, all of this is general reading. Term of president's office, very important. এনে to 5 years থাকে. Okay, in general the president has a term of 5 years, but he can also resign. Okay, আৰু সেই resignation to this point is important from prelims point of view. মনত ৰাখিব. So I'll repeat here, in conditions of president's office ইয়াতে আমাৰ কোনো ধৰণৰ points কেইটা আমাৰ বহুত general points হয়, এইখিনি আমাৰ by default নালাগে তেনেকে. What we need is this point that we had done, right? And let me change the pen. This point here is important. Baki teneke points খিনি ইমান important নহয়. But in terms of president office, yate amar first juntu point ase that for a term of 5 years we can hold, the president can hold the office. The important point is here. If the president wants to resign, then the address, mane kak address koribo to the application or the resignation has to be addressed to the vice president. Eto please monot rakhibo. Duta bostu apnaloke monot rakhibo. Oaths to administer kore CJI. Okay, but resignation letter to address koribo kak vice president. Please remember this. Both these terms are important. Oath is administered by CJI, but the resignation letter, the president's resignation letter, it is president's resignation letter is addressed to the vice president. Please remember this. Okay, আৰু impeachment hobo pare. We'll do about the impeachment, but the most important two things here are 5 years or tenure thake by default. Okay, and the resignation letter, resign koro pare jetia tetia before the term finishes, and that is addressed to the resignation is addressed to the vice president. Okay, unlike the oath which is addressed to the CJI. Keep this in mind. To prelims are kind of important. Okay, more important from prelims point of view. President can also hold his term beyond 5 years. এইবিলাক আপোনাৰ general এটা reading কৰিব পাৰি, ইয়াৰ পৰা বহুত বেছি তেনেকে question নাহে. Okay, re-election হ'ব পাৰে, of course, এইটো important হয়. Re-election means the president can continue the tenure. Okay, so you can remember the president can continue the tenure after election, of course. So he or she can be elected for a number of terms. Okay, important point is this one, যে প্রেসিডেন্টে যদি নিজে ফার্স্ট অফ অল প্রেসিডেন্ট 5 ইয়ার্স অফিস থাকে, মানে টার্ম এটা থাকে, 5 ইয়ার্সৰ টার্ম এটা থাকে. সেকেন্ড কথাটো হৈছে the president can also resign. There is also one thing, the president can also be removed. The process of removal of president. Okay, listen to this very carefully. The process of removal of the president is called impeachment. Very, very important. Which article? 61. ekdom monot rakhibo. 52 stands for president itself. Okay, describes the president. 61 plus 9 koi dile juntu pabo apnaloke. 61 stands for the impeachment of the president. Very, very important article. Okay, impeachment mane hoise removal of president from the office. And who removes it? The parliament. The parliament starts the impeachment process. Okay, please listen to this carefully. Impeachment ot apnalokor article hudibo pare. Again, yat kisuman facts ase that you have to remember. Hekini moi as it is coding for which is required only for prelims point of view. Teneke guti process to jodi apnalokor monot nathakeo, there are few facts and that can be remembered on the basis of concepts. Teneke bahut tough facts nohoy. For example, when will the president impeached? Impeachment to ketia start hobo? Eto ekdom one liner hoy, violation of constitution. In any way, if the president violates the constitution, then the president can be impeached. Impeached mane can be removed from office. Okay, number 1 point. Aru violation of constitution to ki hoy? Violation constitutional definition to amar constitutional diya nai. And why is this important? Because you remember the oath. I'll go back to the oath. Oath thought you remember this oath, second oath, preserve, protect, defend. Now you understand why this is important. Preserve, protect and defend the constitution. In any case, if the president fails to do this, the process of impeachment can be started. Why? Because he or she took the oath that the person or the president in office will preserve, protect and defend the constitution. Okay, and the law, of course. Etu monot rakhibo de, law tu ase, etu bare miss kori disu kobole, law ase. Okay, let's go back to impeachment. So the first point is violation of constitutional karone impeachment hobo pare. Direct statement ahibo. ইয়াতে আৰু কিবা কিবি দি দিব, ভায়োলেশন অফ ফান্ডামেন্টাল ৰাইটস বেলেগে দিব, ভায়োলেশন অফ law দিব, okay, anything can be substituted, but you remember that strictly আপোনালোকে এই phrase to follow কৰিব, president can be removed by office from office by the process of impeachment only on grounds of violation of the constitution. Is it given in the constitution itself? No. Constitution does not define a violation of constitution ami kakon. Okay, so in that scenario, that is under the discretion of the Supreme Court ba Parliament as a whole. That teneke eku tar complications ba complicated ba teneka question nahe, because ajileke process to huai nai. No president in the country has ever been impeached. So teneke jehetu hua nai, so we don't know as of now amar a violation of constitution eneka dhoroner kono question ba eneka dhoroner kono conceptual conflict hua nai. So for now you can just remember je constitution does not define the meaning of violation of constitution. So exactly constitution violate ketia hobo according to the president, tetia he bostuto amar constitution dia nai. Okay, now the process apnaloker ki ahibo, ei to general process hoy, you can just understand, but exam ot konkhini ahibo mo koisu, impeachment charges kuntu house ot start hobo. আমি constitutional amendment কথা পঢ়িছিলো, constitutional amendment 368 কোনটো হাউসত স্টার্ট হয় এটা পঢ়িছিলো, and we know that it can be initiated in either of the house. Similar to that, the impeachment process can also be initiated in either of the house. Both Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha share equal powers in this. Okay, this is important. Although এটা কথা মনত ৰাখিব, প্ৰেসিডেন্টে কোৱালিফাইড কোনটো হাউসৰ কাৰণে হ'ব লাগিব, Lok Sabha member hobole qualified hobo lagibo, kintu impeachment or karne both Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha it can be started, but the statement can be the impeachment charges can be initiated in either of the houses. Okay, either of the houses of the parliament, state legislature no hoy yate change kori dibo, that impeachment process can be initiated in both the houses of parliament as well as the state legislature, eta kintu no hobo. So a statement apnaloke prelims point of rakhibo, ei tinta statement, these are important statements. Now these charges 1/4 members they first pass koribo lagibo, that means June to house, suppose Lok Sabha, okay, Lok Sabha ta 543 member ase, okay, let's say, and Lok Sabha 1/4 member 1/4 of 543 they have to sign, see resolution no hoy pass no hoy, just signing o kotha koise, they have to be signed, hekane politic words bila keywords bila ekdom dhyan se sabo, that a charges kini jun kini impeachment charges, okay, impeachment charges eta list banale suppose ba etai suppose ba ta note ase, he note to kintu sign hobo lagibo by 1/4 of the members. Okay, and if this happens, jodi 1/4 of the members pass got 43 bhitor jodi 1/4 members jodi sign kori die, then president la eta notice jabo, eta 14 days or notice jay je impeachment to start hoise boli. Kintu impeachment, now see this was signed, now look when it will be passed. Remember there's a difference, signing and passing. Kintu pass hobole it will require 2/3 of the total membership of that house. Again 2/3 of the total membership. See this is a special kind of special majority. Ami eta special majority poislu article number 368 or that 50% of the total membership plus 2/3 of the members present and voting, PNV. Right, it was a special majority, but in this case this is a special kind of I'll say junta amar pass kora method hoy, this is also a kind of special majority. Okay, this is a type of special majority, kintu he type to apnalok kiman nuhude prelims ot, you just have to remember je impeachment process pass koribole 2/3, okay, 2/3 to what to ase, okay, 2/3 to ase, but 2/3 of what, total membership, okay, 2/3 of the total membership, etu monot rakhibo, ei formula tu monot rakhibo, this is impeachment or pass koribole majority de, majority of heri to amar impeachment pass koribole kiman hobo lagibo, 2/3 of the total majority of that house. Okay, kuntu house kotha koise jot initiate hoise, ki initiate hoise, impeachment charges. Okay, so the story I'll repeat, impeachment charge kini jikono house initiate hobo pare, jikono house of parliament initiate hobo pare. Okay, hekhini initiate koribole first sign koribo lagibo, not pass. Okay, sign kiman jone koribo lagibo, 1/4 of the total members, kuntu house juntu house initially ba impeachment charges kini place korise, it can be Lok Sabha, it can be Rajya Sabha. Okay, jodi Lok Sabha hoy tente Lok Sabhar 1/4 members sign koribo, jodi Rajya Sabha hoy then Rajya Sabha 1/4 member sign koribo. Okay, once it is signed eta 14 days of notice president of pothwa hobo. Okay, 14 days of notice president of pothwa hobo. Now নটিছটো পঠোৱা হ'ল এটা ইম্পিচমেন্ট ৰেজলিউশনটো পাস কেনেকৈ হ'ব মানে এগ্ৰি কেনেকৈ হ'ব যে ইম্পিচমেন্ট ৰেজলিউশনটো এই পাৰ্টিকুলাৰ হাউচ য'ত ফ্ৰেম কৰিছিলে চাৰ্জেছখিনি সেইটো চাৰ্জেছৰ সেইটো হাউচৰ পৰা কেনেকৈ এই প্ৰচিজাৰটো আগবাঢ়িব যেতিয়া সেই ইম্পিচমেন্ট ৰেজলিউশনটো পাস হৈ যাব বাই উইচ হাউচ যোনটো হাউচে ক্লেইম কৰিছিলে যে কনষ্টিটিউশ্যন ভাইলেশ্যন কৰিছে প্ৰেচিডেণ্টে মানে যোনে চাৰ্জেছ প্লেচ কৰিছে ওকে সো সেইখিনি কেনেকৈ পাস হ'ব বাই আ মেজৰিটি অফ 2/3 অফ দি টোটেল মেম্বাৰশ্বিপ অফ দেট হাউচ ওকে ওয়ান্স সেইটো হাউচত যদি চাৰ্জটো পাস হৈ যায় বা ৰেজলিউশনটো ইম্পিচমেন্ট ৰেজলিউশনটো পাস হৈ যায় দেন ইট উইল গো টু দি আদাৰ হাউচ it will go to the other house june ako charges kini investigate koribo sida sidi money noloy first they will investigate the charges now same procedure again house itu house e jodi same 2/3 of the total membership or jodi iman majority jodi resolution to pass hoye jay then the president will be impeached so the method is tough as you can see simple majority নহয় যোটো আপোনালোকে চাব ইম্পৰ্টেন্ট যদি কিবা হয় তাত কেতিয়াও সিম্পল মেজৰিটি নিদিয়ে তাত সদায় এটা ধৰণৰ স্পেশাল মেজৰিটি দিয়া যাব now this is also a type of special majority only okay but দুটা কনফিউজ নহব একদম দুটা টেবল বনাই থব article 368 under যোনখিনি আমাৰ মেজৰিটি আছিলে that was 50% of the total membership plus 2/3 of the members present and voting ইয়াত আপোনাৰ হৈছে 2/3 of the total membership of that house এই সৰু ডিফাৰেন্স খিনি আপোনাৰ এক্সামত খেলিমেলি কৰিব okay please remember and let's not undermine APSC our pattern যেহেতু already change হৈছে so it might happen যে এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ question আহিব পাৰে there is absolutely no guarantee যে এনেকুৱা question আহিব পাৰে okay so this is important second বস্তু হৈছে if the house same যদি আমাৰ সেই particular first house যেটা পাস কৰি দিব then the other house will investigate যদি দেখে যে yes the charges are right and the impeachment resolution can be passed again a similar kind of majority will be required the same kind of majority in fact 2/3 of the total membership will be required or jodi himan membership or himan majority jodi resolution to pass kori diye then the president will stand removed from his office okay from the day on which the resolution is passed now it was a key point hoy president has the right to appear and be represented at such investigation okay it's like jetia amar he house bilagot investigation choli thakibo then the president has full authority to be present in that investigation okay so this was the impeachment process apnaloke article to please mone rakhibo very very important 61 is impeachment 60 is oath hekhini ami korim baru but remember this now key point about this one impeachment এটা quasi judicial procedure হয় of course quasi judicial কেতিয়া কোৱা যায় যেতে court involved নহয় কিন্তু তাতো কিবা ধৰণৰ এটা decision লোৱা হৈছে okay legislative বা আবা judicial নিচিনা এটা decision লোৱা হৈছে okay ইয়াত president impeach কৰা এটা decision লোৱা হৈছে so it's kind of a quasi judicial process okay next is this is important এইটো এটা prelims point of view পৰা important point হয় যে impeachment process to nominated members of either house of the parliament can participate ইলেকশনত নোৱাৰিছিলে কিয় নোৱাৰিছিলে because যেহেতু nominated members are nominated by the president itself so ইলেকশনত হেখিনিয়ে definitely presidentৰ কাৰণে vote কৰিব বুলি এটা normal ধাৰণা আছে a common sense so in the impeachment process although the nominated members are involved but election involved nokore they can participate okay though they do not participate in his election elected members of the legislative assemblies of states and union territories and Delhi Puducherry they do not participate but election participate kore eto ago ulta hoy elected members participate nokore like I said because impeachment process only parliament is involved okay only parliament is involved states legislative and union territories legislative are not involved see you can see here hetuke kotha ma koisilu je apnaloke একদম পইণ্ট টু যোনটো আমাৰ ষ্টেটমেণ্ট দিব ধ্যান সে চাব প্লিজ কেয়াৰফুলি চাব যে তাতে চাৰ্জেছ বিলাক ক'ত ইনিচিয়েট কৰাৰ কথা কৈছে সিমিলাৰলি যেতিয়া আমি কনষ্টিটিউশ্যন এমেণ্ডমেণ্টৰ কথা কওঁ এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ কিছুমান বা মানি বিলৰ কথা কওঁ ইনিচিয়েলি যিকোনো ধৰণৰ পাৰ্লিয়ামেণ্টত ফাৰ্ষ্ট ষ্টেপটোত এইটো আপোনালোকে একদম কেইটামান টেবল বনাই ল'ব কেইটামান নোটছ বনাই ল'ব যে কোনটো বস্তু কোনটো হাউস অফ পাৰ্লিয়ামেণ্টত ষ্টাৰ্ট হ'ব পাৰে কোনটো বস্তু সবতে ষ্টাৰ্ট হ'ব পাৰে কোনটো বস্তু ক'ত ষ্টাৰ্ট হ'ব নোৱাৰে like that you should make a note of it okay for example impeachment charges they can be started only in house of parliament constitutional amendment only in the house of parliament state legislatures bilagot নোৱাৰে okay similar to that the এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ points বিলাক বনাই থব যে nominated members can participate in the impeachment process but election participate কৰিব নোৱাৰে okay so this is important make sure that you have a note of this No president has been impeached so far. It আমি already কলো. Powers of the president is supposed to be a general reading. তেনেকে prelims point of view পৰা বহুত important নহয়, but যোনকেইটা point important হয় I'll mark it here. এনে আমাৰ powers বুলি ক'লে executive, legislative, financial, diplomatic, তেনেকে pardoning powers কেইবাটাও আছে, okay? But আমি in short only for prelims point of view যিহেতু আমি revision কৰি আছো, so বাকিখিনি আপোনালোকৰ ইমান দৰকাৰ নাই. Executive powers ত কি আহিব? Executive powers of was that this I've already said many times that all the actions are taken under his seal and sign, under the seal and sign of the president. So hekhini kobo pare formal, constitutional, titular, de jure head of the government. Hekhini normal statement baro just pohile apnalok gom pabo. Appointment. I had told you once that appointment sobore jimane executive members নহওক কিয়, legislative members নহওক কিয়, তেহেতৰ appointment খিনি কোনে কৰে? তেহেতৰ appointment খিনি president এ কৰে. Okay, remember that. See, appointment বুলি চালে আপোনালোকে দেখিলে গোটেইখিনি আৰু president মাৰি দিব directly. Chairman members, governors of state, chairman of finance commission, etc., etc. Appointment of ISC, interstate council. Now this is very very important. Okay, ISC appointment to করে president এ এটা আমি পঢ়িছিলো, but chairman হয় PM. Okay, appointment interstate council appointment is done by the president, but chairman is the CM also prime minister. Okay, chairman is the prime minister. Okay, please remember this very clearly. Interstate councilor appointment to কৰিব president, কিন্তু chairman is the prime minister. Okay, আৰু বাকি যে CM আছিলে, minister আছিলে কিছুমান, সেই লিষ্টটো পঢ়িব, যোনটো general idea এটা দিছিলো, সেই general statement খিনি আপোনালোকে অলপ পঢ়িলে হৈ যাব. Okay, this is very important, which is in red. That's schedule tribe or declaration. এইটো এটা question আহিছিল in recent times কোনবা এখন competitive examত অসমৰে, that who has the power to declare any area as scheduled area, first of all, or any tribe as scheduled tribe. The president has. Okay, president can decide on the matter of declaration. Okay, declaration of any tribe as the scheduled tribe. Etu monot rakhibo. Powers of apnaloke etu bostu monot rakhile hol, appoint buli koa keyword to monot rakhile hol, interstate councilor, this you can remember. Okay, these are some keywords that you should remember. Next is legislative powers. Now here some things are important. Parliament or a part to basi easily monot pora jay, but then also I'll just give you the most important key points. So what ke important hoise dissolving of the Lok Sabha and summon and prorogue. Summon mane mata, prorogue mane end kora temporarily. Okay, there are these are different terms. You can be parliamentary to go for him, but for now just remember summon mane start kora. But president has the right to, or he has the power to summon the parliament. Okay, parliament or duta hi jabo, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. Prorogue kora mane temporarily hek kora to, jeneke session to prorogue kore. Okay, it can again sit. Dissolve kora hoise permanently hek kora, mane all members will now be newly elected. Okay, all members will now be newly elected. So summon, prorogue, dissolving the Lok Sabha, these are important key points which are only done by the president, Okay, please remember this. Tar pisot amar ahise finance reports present kora, eblak just general reading eta dibo, teneke bahut important nohoy. The rest of the important points will also be covered in that parliament itself, but teneke amar extra ke yar important point nai. Okay, judicial powers ase, appointment koribo, obviously like I said appointment or kaam gutekhini president er hatot thakibo, chief justice hol, supreme court, high court hol, hekhini soboke appoint koribo president e. Okay, emergency powers ase ami dekhisilu, pardoning powers ase that we will see. Okay, president's rule eblak sobot this extra. Financial emergency eblak sobote you remember the president can declare teneke asile. So these are kind of judicial powers. Okay, and this was etu beleg hoy, emergency power to beleg hoy. Yeah, these are the judicial powers, still granting pardon. Baki emergency powers ami dekhisilu. I'll repeat here, diplomatic powers ase amar mostly jiman kini sign kora ba teneke international treaties, agreements bilagor negotiations of president or behalf hoy. These are very general statements, not so very important for prelims. Ekdom general reading eta dibo, all powers apni ekdom general reading eta dibo. Like I said here, just give you the general reading, teneke bahut important nohoy, jun kita important hoy mo mark kori disu. Diplomatic powers ase, military powers ase, because he or she is the supreme commander of the defense of forces of India. This is important. Okay, emergency powers ase ami already saisilu, emergency powers of keneke president role to play kore. Pardoning power of the president, very 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 important. Pardoning power of the president is very very important. Article number 72. See, related to President, we have done 3 important articles as of now: 52, 61, 72. Okay, 9 plus 10. Almost usarsi numbers are 10, 10 difference at us. 52 is the president itself. 61 is impeachment. 72 is the pardoning power of the president. What is pardoning? Pardoning mane kabak khyama kora. Kisi ko maaf kar dena. So what is pardoning power? যেতিয়া এটা পাৰ্টিকুলাৰ জুডিচিয়াৰী সুপ্ৰিম কোৰ্টে যেতিয়া এটা ক্ৰাইম কাৰণে বা কিবা এটা কাৰণে যেতিয়া সেন্টেন্স শুনাই দিয়ে, যেতিয়া জাজমেন্টটো দি দিয়ে, তাৰ পিছত দ্য প্ৰেচিডেণ্ট হেজ আ পাৱাৰ টু ৰিডিউচ অৰ পাৰ্ডন দি সেন্টেন্স। যোনটো লাষ্টত সেন্টেন্স বা যোনটো লাষ্টত পানিশমেন্ট দি দিয়া হয়, দ্য প্ৰেচিডেণ্ট হেজ দি পাৱাৰ টু ৰিডিউচ অৰ ৰিমুভ দি সেন্টেন্স। এতিয়া কেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ পাৱাৰ আছে? চি, দিছ ইজ আ ভেৰি ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট পাৱাৰ অফ দি প্ৰেচিডেণ্ট। অ'কে, pardon is one of the powers, commutation one of the powers, remission, respite and reprieve, a pasta power ase. Now this is important for mains point of view also. What is the ultimate content here? Just remember that pardoning power is related to a sentence. Okay, ji kono sentence hobo pare. Now pardon mane ki hoy? Pardon mane hoise it removes. This is the most strongest form of pardoning power. Mane strongest form hoy jot the president as a whole gutei sentence to hik koribo pare. For example, a person he is convicted. Convicted mane he is considered to mane অপৰাধী বুলি declare কৰি দিয়া হৈছে. That is a convict. Okay, till the time he is not a convict, he is not guilty or he is considered innocent. Okay, ebla law language hoy, iman deeply na lage. But pardonot ki hoy, eta particular person, okay, who has been given a sentence, for example 10 years ki saza hoy gol. Okay, 10 years of punishment ta supreme court di dile ba judge di dile junta court on hok. This particular power of pardon, it will as a whole remove the entire sentence. Pura puri maaf kor diye, pura puri ke maaf kor diye completely. Jiman kini sentence asle, punishment asile, kiba dhৰণৰ jodi disqualification ase, gute khini ke remove kor diye. Okay, none of them, or basically the person is considered free. So that is the pardoning power of the president under Article 72, where the pardon, due to A2 type of pardoning power, hai, in the pardon, tate the entire sentence and the conviction is removed. Okay, etu monot rakhibo, pura puri maaf kor diye. So tat apnaloke keyword sabo, completely remove, completely absolves all sentences, all punishments, tenekwa dhona. Okay, this is the keyword. Okay, next is commutation. Commutation not ki hoy? The keyword is one form of punishment to a lighter form. Okay, yata example diya ase, suppose kabak death sentence diya asile, কিন্তু death sentence to ami simple mane life imprisonment di dibo paru, convert koribo paru. So yat keyword hoy jete eta form of punishment to itu form of punishment ole gusi jay, eta form of punishment to itu form of punishment ole substitute kori dia hoy ba reduce kori dia hoy, teneke apnaloke sentence to sabo. Okay, but yat monot rakhibo, punishment juntu ase tar character to change ho jay. Mane death sentence to ami reduce kori pelai, commute kori pelai, basically commute kori pelai we can turn into a simpler form of imprisonment. But remission is different. Remission is also the reducing of the sentence, but that character change no kore. For example, 10 years or jodi punishment asile, that will go to a 5 year of punishment. It will just reduce the sentence but does not change the character. But commutation changes the character. Hekane moi eta c buli ko eta moi mnemonic eta banai thosilu je commutation jot some changes the character. Okay, c, but remission not all reduce r thake. Okay, it will only reduce the sentence. Okay, commutation not it will change the character, c, change character. Okay, commutation change character of what? Of the imprisonment. Into remission not, it will only reduce. Okay, reduce the sentence but it will not change the character. Mane jodi death sentence ase, death sentence to change kora jontu power ase hetu under commutation ase. In remission jodi induce kori die, remission boli jodi place kori die, তেতিয়া কিন্তু he particular imprisonment to just change kori pelai time to reduce kori pelai মানে ঘটাই দিব পাৰে, কিন্তু চেঞ্জ কৰিব নোৱাৰে। ওকে, ক্যাৰেক্টাৰটো চেঞ্জ কৰিব নোৱাৰে। যদি 2 বছৰ imprisonment দিছে, 2 বছৰ imprisonment হ'ব। যদি ফাইন দিছে তেতিয়া ফাইনে দিব লাগিব, লাইক দ্যাট। Now what is respite? Respite into English word হয়, ইংলিশত মিনিং হয় যে অলপমান you can say what you call this মানে there's a word I'm forgetting the word কি বুলি কয় ইংলিছত যে অলপমান ৰিহাই দিয়ে yes অলপমান ৰিহাই দিয়ে কিবা এটা মানে ধৰি লওক সেন্টেন্স এটা দি দিলে বাট due to some reason অলপমান ৰিহাই দিয়ে অলপ কনসিডাৰ কৰে for example if the woman offender is pregnant okay if there is a physical disability then অলপমান ৰিহাই দিয়ে based on a special fact okay যদি convict জনৰ কিবা physical disability আছে বা pregnancy of the woman in such cases a lesser sentence is placed in place of the original যোনটো sentence আছিলে বা যোনটো punishment আছিলে just on the fact যে there is some physical disability বা or বা আপোনাৰ pregnancy of the woman হ'ব পাৰে তেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ কিছুমান cases হ'ব পাৰে okay one is reprieve মানে execution of the sentence আৰু যোনটো সেন্টেন্স আপোনাৰ হ'বলগীয়া আছে তাত ফৰ সাম টাইমিং ষ্টে এটা লগাই দিয়ে যেতিয়া আপোনালোকে ষ্টে ৱৰ্ডটো দেখিব জাষ্ট পুট ৰিপ্ৰাইভ okay reprieve जब भी ये word दिखेगा reprieve then go for stay now see these are questions a question to মই কৈছো already question to সোধা গৈছে very important from prelims point of view okay very important হয় এটো part so please আপোনালোকে একদম keywords অতে মনত ৰাখিব statement এতিয়া মনত নাথাকে কেতিয়াও pardon হলে চাব all remove completely absorb কৰা তেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ meaning এটা ওলাব লাগে commutation চাব যে এটা particular punishment or character change হৈছে CCC okay এটা punishment to lighter form le convert korise any meaning that is close to that remission mane hoise just reduce korise okay respite mane hoise je jor apna physical disability ba pregnancy of the woman is there okay moi hekane eblak bostu apnalokor because almost all the words are similar so respite okay respite hekane P physical disability P for pregnancy of a woman offender okay তেনেকে অলপ হেই কৰো বাট ইউজুয়ালি অফ কোর্স দা বহুতে হেতু কনফিউজ হৈ যাব ৰিপ্ৰাইভটো আছে বাট হেতুৱে আপোনালোকে নিজৰ যেনেকে হলে অলপমান নিমনি কেটান বনাই লব বাট প্লিজ ৰিমেম্বৰ এই কিটা আপোনালোকে এজ ইট ইজ মনত ৰাখিব লাগিব দিস ইজ ভেৰি ইম্পৰ্টেন্ট with the article number 72 with that you have to remember okay then there is reprieve hole ki hobo stay just remember reprieve বুলি কলে সেই word to use hoboy stay okay stay in this time during the time ki hoy suppose for example I'll give you an example in Nirbhaya case the Supreme Court had already decided to give death sentence okay to the convicts they had the Supreme Court had already decided Nirbhaya case I think you know 2014 or juntu eta rape case gang rape case hoisile so in that scenario jun keta rapist asile tekhet okolok death sentence dia to sure asile kintu hetu homoyate they had sought reprieve okay they had gone for reprieve aru he reprieve tehetor he death sentence to stay lagi asile hetu time ote they were asking for pardon president of Theti pardon like they were asking they were seeking pardon by commutation it was juntu asile during that time the convict but the president hetu nullify kodile and they were like given that sentence thereafter okay so that is how these things work okay so make sure that you have a total understanding je kuntu pardoning power kuntu hoy this is very important pardon all removal of complete or absolution of all these sentences এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ যেটা দেখিব all sentences পৰা খালি কৰি দিলে তাৰ meaning টো হৈছে the person is free to go তাতে আপনি pardon লগাই দিব commutation যেটা the punishment is changed to a lighter form okay CCC commutation changes the punishment changes character okay remission reduces the period okay of sentence but character change hoise na no in respite physical disability বা pregnancy nisna kiba eta karonot jetia a lesser sentence is awarded in place of the original one okay দুইটা meaning to same হয় remission respite meaning same হয় reduces the sentence কিন্তু respite কি হয় lesser sentence to originally মানে যেতিয়া convict হয় তেতিয়া suppose if the person is physically disabled এটা normal মানুহ যদি হল হয় তাক সাগে 5 বছৰ sentence হল হয় but just because the person is physically disabled তাক 2 বছৰ sentence হ'ব but remission কি হয় 5 years সাজা শুনাই দিলে okay 5 years saza to hoy gol hunai dile the Supreme Court gave the final order lekin after a few months or years jetia respite remission karone apply kora hol tetia he 5 year to 4 years ba 3 years koi dia hol okay it's the same person irrespective of whether he is a physically disabled person or a pregnant woman does not matter in reprieve the word is stay there is a stay of execution of sentence okay I hope I'm clear till here Let's move on to the next one. Article 161. Okay, এইটো আপোনাৰ গভৰ্ণৰেও পাৰ্ডনিং পাৱাৰ আছে বুলি কয়. Okay, 72 for union and 161 for state. এইখিনি আপোনালোকে এতিয়া just article number টো মনত নাথাকি বুলি মই জানো, but there is a trick to remember. For now, just remember that governor also has a power to pardon. কিন্তু গভৰ্ণৰে death sentence pardon কৰিব নোৱাৰে. Okay, it is statement আপোনালোক গুটেখিনি পঢ়ি চাব. This is the same thing. Governor can also grant pardon, reprieve, respite সব কৰিব পাৰে. Okay, any form of punishment কৰিব পাৰে. কিন্তু the there's a difference in both the pardoning powers of the governor and president. President death sentence pardon কৰিব পাৰে, কিন্তু governor cannot. Okay, আৰু এটা কথা হৈছে president court martial বা সেইখিনি pardon কৰিব পাৰে, কিন্তু governor cannot. মানে military যোনখিনি courts আছে সেইখিনি pardon কৰিব পাৰে, কিন্তু the governor cannot. Okay, বাকি আপোনালোকৰ যোনটো governor power আছে suspend, remit and commute সব কৰিব পাৰে, মানে কমাই দিব পাৰে, কিন্তু pardon কৰিব নোৱাৰে. On the other hand, president এইটো যোনটো আমরা কৈছে punishment, ইয়াত death sentence সোমাই থাকে. Okay, death sentence না হেৰিও president কমাই দিব পাৰে বা pardon কৰি দিব পাৰে as a whole, মাফ. Okay, এইটো general reading এটা ৰাখিব, আহে কেতিয়াবা examত. Okay, so these are all the articles that are important. As a whole dia ase, in a series dia ase. I'll tell you which articles are important. 52 is important because it talks about the president of India. Okay, oath is important. 60 and 61 impeachment. Okay, etu moi majote aako koisilue, thik ase, baki khini teneke nalage. Aru apunar thakibo 72 is important because it talks about the pardoning power of the president. 76 এই বাকিখিনি ইম্পৰ্টেন্ট আছে. 74 75 is important. এইখিনি আমি পঢ়িম হেৰিত, এতিয়া অলপ পিছতে পঢ়িম মিনিষ্টাৰ তাতে. 76 is important, এটৰ্নি জেনেৰেল অফ ইণ্ডিয়া. সেইকাৰণে কোৱা হৈছে দেখিছেনে, ইউনিয়ন এক্সিকিউটিভ মেম্বাৰ. ইউনিয়নৰ পাৰ্টটো হৈছে পাৰ্ট 5ত from part 5 52 to 78. Now I think you remember 78 or 76 article, very 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 important. 76 article to মনত ৰাখিব. This stands for Attorney General of India, which is also a part of the Union Executive, along with the President, Vice President, PM, and Council of Ministers. The Attorney General of India is also the part of Union Executive. Okay, এইখিনি আপোনালোকে এনো লাগিবই, পিছতকে মনত ৰাখিবই লাগিব. তেও এতিয়া আমি ফাৰ্স্ট টাইম পঢ়িছো যেতিয়া ইউনিয়ন বাজেট আৰ্টিকেল নম্বৰ 112. Okay, এইটো মনত ৰাখিব. Then we have 1110, 1150 you can ahi rahibo, but in general lahe gutekhini articles monot rakhibo. So in totality we have done a few articles from 12 to 35 fundamental rights kini monot rakhibo. Article number 1 2 3 monot rakhibo. Okay, 12 to 35 what in particular 14 to 35 ba 14 to 32 monot rakhilo hobo. 14 opra fundamental rights start hoy. 12 and 13, 12 is definition of state and 13 is judicial review. এইখিনি আমি অলৰেডি কৰিছো, but just for revision. Then আপোনালোকে 36 to 51 DPSP গুটেখিনি আৰ্টিকেল মনত নাথাকে, তাতে মই এটা লিষ্ট অফ আৰ্টিকেলস দিছিলো. প্লিজ গো ব্যাক এন্ড চেক. 39A 39B C are important. 40 is important. 44 uniform civil code is important. 48A. Okay, এইখিনি আপোনালোকে মানে যেনেকে ৰিভিজন কৰি থাকিলে মনত থাকি যায়. Okay, ৰিভিজন কৰি থাকিলে মনত থাকিবই, no worries in that. Okay, after 51 directly 8 article আপোনালোকে মনত ৰাখিব পাৰে. 52 গুটেখিনি নালাগে. 60 is important. 61 is important. 72 is important, আমি অলৰেডি পঢ়িছো এইকিটা. 76 is important, Attorney General of India. Okay, ইয়াতে এতে মনত ৰাখিবলৈ এটা বস্তু হটা ইজি হয়. যদি আপোনালোকে 52 মনত ৰাখে প্ৰেসিডেন্ট, তেতিয়া আপোনালোকৰ এইকিটা বস্তু উচ্চাৰণ মনত থাকিব যে 8-10টা নম্বৰ ভিতৰতে oath of president and procedure of impeachment এইটা উচ্চাৰণ আছে. সো তাতে যদি নাম্বাৰস কিটা উচ্চাৰণ নিদিয়ে, suppose 52 দিলে, এটা 150 দিলে, এটা 280 দিলে, এটা আপোনালোকে মনত ৰাখিব পাৰিব. suppose 52 অপচন দিয়া নাই, suppose এটা 315 দিছে, এটা 72 দিলে, তেতিয়া আপোনালোকে মনত ৰাখিব পাৰিব যে president itself was 52. Okay, so তাৰ উচ্চাৰণ গুটেকিটা আৰ্টিকেল president related হয়. But this trick will not always work. Okay, there are some articles যত presidentৰ বিষয় পিছতকেও আছে, but যদি এই তিনটা keyword মনত ৰাখিব, for oath, impeachment and pardoning power, এই তিনটা presidentৰ আৰ্টিকেলৰ উচ্চাৰণ আছে. 52 plus almost 910 plus 20. Okay, 52 72 61 60. Okay, and 76 is the Attorney General of India, etu monot rakhibo. Okay, next Vice President. Very quickly we'll cover. Bahut basic content nathake yat Vice President on. Very important few topics are there, few points are there that we'll do. Ekhini apnaloke definitely চাই লব পাৰে. General reading, important points I'll tell you. It is the second highest position in India. It will by default monot rakhibo. Now here, this point is very important. Etu the same for president. Citizen of India hobo lagibo. Completed 35 years of age monot rakhibo. এই বস্তুটো বহুতে 30 years বুলি দি দিব পাৰে, ওকে, হেতু মনত ৰাখিব, it is 35. মানে APSC ত আপোনাৰ এক্সামত 30 years বুলি দি দিব, and then you will get confused. This is important. Should not hold any office of profit. Okay, এইখিনি বাকি normal হেৰি আছে. Single transferable vote and proportional representation, similar to the president, same thing. এইটো point ইমান নুহুদে. Again, general reading আছে, আপোনালোকে পঢ়ি দিব পাৰে. I'll tell you which is important. This one is should be qualified as a member of Rajya Sabha. এইটো মনত ৰাখিব. But in case of president, it was Lok Sabha. In case of president, it was Lok Sabha. Okay, so please make sure that you remember this. The article number, the president should be qualified for election as a member of Lok Sabha, but the vice president, he should or she should be qualified for election as a member of Rajya Sabha. Very, very important. Who will be the voters? All members of parliament. In case of president, there are elected members only. Nominated members nasile. But here, all of them can be voters. Why? Because yate nomination or case nai. Nomination to any president hai korisile, vice president nominate nokore, so bias or kotha nahe. See, these are the keywords. Okay, so I'll repeat. Vice president, important point was that he or she should be a member of Rajya Sabha, and in case of president, it was only Lok Sabha. Okay, who can be the voters? Here, all members of parliament. In case of president, only the elected members of the parliament and legislative assemblies could vote, and not the nominated assemblies. But here, only the not the state legislative. See, these are the keywords. Eneki questions bila confusion ani diye. Eneki questions bila got concept or khilimili koi diye. Who will be the voters here? The members of parliament, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and not the state legislature. Okay. Next, this is a very important statement. Okay, vice president is actually the ex officio chairman of the Rajya Sabha. Etu monot rakhibo. Rajya Sabhar state junjon chairman hoy, jeneke Lok Sabhar ejon speaker ase, Rajya Sabhar ejon chairman thake. This we will again definitely will cover in parliament, but within the vice president also, this is important. Vice president is the ex officio chairman of the Rajya Sabha. Okay, now jetia amar second schedules, I think apnaloke pohise, amar 10-12 schedule ase, etu ami eta class korim definitely miscellaneous ot. But for now there are 12 schedules. Mane amar constitution khonot articles ase. Okay, এটা এনেকুৱা হ'ব পাৰে, ফৰ এক্সাম্পল আৰ্টিকেল 1 2 3 4 ষ্টেটছ বুলি মেনশ্যন কৰি দিলে, কিন্তু ষ্টেটছৰ নাম থাকিব, সেই নামখিনি লিষ্টিং একচুৱেলি কনষ্টিটিউশ্যনৰ ভিতৰত থাকিব লাগে। কিন্তু আমি যদি কনষ্টিটিউশ্যনটোৰ ভিতৰতে এইখিনি লিখি দিলো হয়, তেতিয়া কি হ'ল হয়, দেয়াৰ উড হেভ বিন আ প্ৰব্লেম উইথ দি লেন্থ অফ দি কনষ্টিটিউশ্যন। চ' সেই লিষ্টখিনি বা তেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ ইটছ লাইক এন এপেণ্ডিক্স। যেনেকে এপেণ্ডিক্সত আমি আমাৰ কিতাপবিলাকত যেনেকে এপেণ্ডিক্স ৰাখো, য'ত আমি এক্সট্ৰাকে বাকীখিনি লাষ্টৰ পিনে ৰাখো। So like that, in constitution also this is a kind of appendix. Eta added apnar list bilak, naam bilak, hekhini sob schedule bilakot add kori thoa thake. So second schedule jeneke amar every oath or every term of tate sobote likha ase salary emolument pabo, but he salaries emoluments ki hoy, ki powers ase, ki amar extra with provisions ase, hekhini sob schedule ote add hoise. Kundu schedule in the second schedule. Okay, so emoluments and everything they are added in the second schedule. Now in the second schedule, vice president bully amar কোনো particular position নাই. Please remember this carefully. Okay, listen to this very carefully. In the second schedule, যোনটো আমাৰ vice president যোন সবৰে emoluments তেনেকে যে লিখি থাকিব লাগে, তাতে vice president of ঠাইত it is mentioned as the chairperson of Rajya Sabha. Okay, the second salary emoluments of the chairperson of Rajya Sabha, etu monot rakhibo. Tate likhi dibo je vice president or emolument dia ase, but actually no. Okay, vice president or emolument teneke dia na thake. Okay, so please make a note of this. Tar baire article number 66 talks about the elections of the this one vice president. Okay, etu apnaloke as an article monot rakhibo pare. Article number 66, it talks about the election of the Rajya Sabha আৰু এইখিনি আমি just অলপ আগতে কৰিছিলো that the electoral college consists of both the elected and the nominated members of the parliament. এইখিনিটো same বস্তুৱে হয় proportional system single transferable vote এটা আমি কৰিছিলো voting is done by secret ballot just same as the আপোনাৰ কি বুলি কয় president. Okay, oath again is given by the president or any other person appointed by the president. Now president oath কোনে দিছিলে কিন্তু president oath দিছিলে CGI. প্ৰেসিডেন্টে ৰেজিগনেশ্যন কৰোতে কাক এড্ৰেছ কৰিছিলে ভাইস প্ৰেসিডেন্ট. Similarly, now this is interesting here, এইটো মনত ৰাখিব for prelims, okay, that the resignation of the vice president will also be addressed to the president. So this is a two-way process. Okay, resignation vice president or হেতু কোন কাক এড্ৰেছ কৰিব to the president বুলি, and presidentেও যোনটো আমাৰ হেৰি আছে ৰেজিগনেশ্যন লেটাৰটো এড্ৰেছ কৰিব to the vice president. Okay, so these are very key facts আপোনালোকে মনত ৰাখিব. Next is the conditions of office. যেনেকৈ আমি কৈছিলো for the president similar হয়, should not be member. Okay, continues term for 5 years. তেনেকুৱা same ধৰণৰ হয়, he continues the beyond 5 years until the new VP assumes the charges. These are general reading, আপোনালোকে চাব পাৰে, keywords বিলাক ধ্যান দিব. Okay, now removal of the vice president, again similar to impeachment, কিন্তু আমি impeachment বুলি নকওঁ, আমাৰ impeachment অকল কেনেকৈ বুলি আছে, impeachment আছে for president only. Here the resolution as a removal hobo, but very important, jeneke impeachment can be started in either of the houses. Impeachment of the president can start in either of the houses. In this case the impeachment only starts in the Rajya Sabha. Impeachment only starts in the Rajya Sabha. Okay, advance notice kiman hobo, for 14 days. When does the notice, when is the notice given? 14 days, jeneke president of karne hoy. Now there is something called this, resolution must be passed by effective majority. Effective majority mane ki hoy, more than 50% of the effective strength of the house. This you can remember, because in case of president's impeachment amar ki asile, eta kind of majority asile jo 2/3 of the total majority of the house has to, a total membership of the house has to pass the resolution. In this case effective majority ase, etu keyword hobo mনত ৰাখিব. Okay, আৰু সেই same majority lok sabha jeta rajya sabha pra effective majority লাগিব. Okay, but in case of lok sabha it requires only simple majority. Okay, অলপ confusing হয়, দুবাৰ তিনিবাৰ revision দিব, it will be clear. Okay, so in case of constitutional amendment revision এটা special majority লাগিব. Okay, from both the houses. Special majority to ki hoy, 50% of the total membership plus 2/3 of the people of the members present and voting. In case of impeachment ki hobo, 2/3 of the total membership of the house. Duita house opra pass hobo lagibo. Kintu vice president or case hot kune start koribo resolution, only the Rajya Sabha. In case of constitutional amendment and the impeachment kune start kore, any of the houses. In case of vice president, monot rakhibo, he or she is the ex officio chairman of the Rajya Sabha only. Okay, ekita apna key point ho, eneki exam ot ahibo, resolution must be passed by effective majority, or a to okol Rajya Sabha kothae koi ase. Okay, in case of the Lok Sabha simple majority hole hol. Okay, in case of Rajya Sabha Rajya Sabha effective majority lagibo. In case of Lok Sabha simple majority di hol. Okay, vacancy of office general reading দিব, যেনেকে প্ৰেসিডেন্টৰ দিছিলে, এই চাৰিটাই mostly clause থাকে, both for president and vice president. Completion of tenure হৈ যাব পাৰে definitely, তেতিয়া vacant হ'ব seat to for some time, resignation হ'ব পাৰে, removal হ'ব পাৰে like impeachment, নহলে death হ'ব পাৰে. Okay, এইখিনি আপোনালোকে চাব, চাৰিটাই usually term থাকে, এই keyword কেইটা মনত ৰাখিলে more than enough, in depth এনেকে analysis নালাগে. Okay, next is এইবিলাক general statement আপোনালোকে চাব পাৰে, মই just add কৰি থৈছো just in case if it is important. Powers কি আছে, the vice president is the ex officio chairman of the Rajya Sabha, and similarly second schedule to Rajya Sabha ex officio chairman hisabe ba chairman of Rajya Sabha hisabe MOU means Rajya Sabha chairman or salary kotha likha ase, not the vice president. Okay, yeah, this one, VP draws the salary as the chairman of Rajya Sabha. This is a very layman statement, kintu exam or karne bahut important hoy. Anything related to the Rajya Sabha and vice president is confusing, ekarne exam ot etu hoday ulta pulta kori diye. Remember that vice man holds greater power as the chairman of the Rajya Sabha. হেতু কাৰণে যিমানখিনি ফাংশনিং আছে যিমানখিনি এমলুমেন্ট স্যালাৰি সব সেকেন্ড যোনটো আমাৰ হেৰি আছে শেডিউল আছে য'ত এমলুমেন্টছৰ হেৰি থাকে তাতে ৰাজ্যসভাৰ চেয়াৰমেনৰ হিচাপতহে আছে not as the vice president. Okay, so these were the key points for vice president and president. I hope both mostly similar hoy except for the component of the Rajya Sabha. যেনেকে ৰিমুভেলৰ টাইমত ৰাজ্যসভাত যাব এমলুমেন্টছ আৰু স্যালাৰি বিলাক ৰাজ্যসভাৰ চেয়াৰমেন হিচাপে আছে হি অৰ शी ইজ অলসো দি এক্স অফিচিয়েল চেয়াৰমেন অফ দি ৰাজ্যসভা সেইখিনি পইণ্ট দেন ইলেকশ্যনছৰ কেছত চাৰিটা ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট পইণ্ট বেচিকেলি ইলেকশ্যনছৰ কেছত কি হ'ব ভাইচ প্ৰেচিডেণ্ট ইজ elected by both the elected and the nominated members ঠিক আছে but only of the parliament that state legislatures are not involved. Okay, these are key points. ইয়াতকে বাহিৰে আপোনালোকে যদি এক্সট্ৰা ৰিডিং দিব পাৰে but these are the key points for prelims. এইখিনি ভিতৰতে question mostly সোধে ইয়াৰ বাহিৰে যদি এক্সট্ৰা টাইম পায় তাতে ডেফিনেটলি চেক কৰিব পাৰে. Okay, next is the prime minister and COM, that is the council of ministers. মই এটা slide কৰি লওঁ বাকিখিনি will do it tomorrow. Okay, baki I think tomorrow and day after tomorrow we'll finish the polity class. Tomorrow we'll try to finish parliament. Yare prime minister ko almost start hoye jay and we'll try to finish the judiciary day after tomorrow. Okay, eruta topic hole constitutional bodies and everything we have done almost ekini kori goi asu aru ketaman listing eta di dim, you can revise it. So in 2 more topics I think polity will be almost done. Okay, anyway, prime minister and COM kesot the articles which are important are from 74 to 78 top priority. Okay, this is very very important from prelims point of view. President is the nominal executive. আমি পঢ়িছিলো এই টার্ম কিটা চাব ডি জুৰে অথৰিটি এণ্ড ডি ফ্যাক্টো অথৰিটি কিন্তু হেড অফ দি কান্ট্ৰি বা হেড অফ দ্য গভৰ্নমেণ্ট যদি আমি কওঁ দ্যাট ইজ দি PM বা ৰিয়েল এক্সিকিউটিভ নমিনেল এক্সিকিউটিভ প্ৰেচিডেণ্ট এইবিলাক টাৰ্মছ আমি অলৰেডি চাই আহিছো বাট ডিৰেক্টলি আপোনালোকৰ প্ৰিলিমছ পইণ্ট অফ ভিউ পৰা ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট হয় head of the state is the president, head of the government is the prime minister. Etu monot rakhile hol. Okay, now eta bostu monot rakhibo PM buli ba prime minister buli amar kono article nai. Okay, prime minister buli jenki president buli article ase vice president buli kiba article ase but prime minister buli amar extra ke article nai although he is a real executive, although he is the head of the government, there is no extra article for prime minister. Eta particular just prime minister buli designate কৰা হৈছে that the prime minister will be appointed from the majority party. Okay, he বস্তুটো আমাৰ লিখা আছে in the constitution itself. So prime minister is the leader of the party, from the majority party আমাৰ prime minister choose হয়. Okay, যেতিয়া দুইটা পার্টি বা কোনো ধৰণৰ পার্টি নাথাকে মেজৰিটি নাথাকে তেতিয়া of course আমাৰ এটা situational discretionary power বুলি কয় যদি president can appoint any member from both the parties. Okay, এইবিলাক ইমান প্ৰিলিমছৰ কাৰণে ইম্পৰ্টেন্ট নহয় but yes এটা জেনাৰেল ৰিডিং ৰাখিব. Then yeah, this must be passed in Lok Sabha. These are general readings. This is important. PM or oaths to president administer kore. So etia president keta oath administer korile for the vice president and the prime minister. But president or oaths to kone administer kore the chief justice of India, the CJI. Okay. Next are the functions of the PM. এখিনি আপোনালোকে in general চাব পাৰে কেতিয়াও ইমান বেছিকে নুবুধে but chairman কোন কেটাৰ হয় this keep a note, very very important. কোন কেটা কমিটিৰ বা কোন কেটা এসোসিয়েশন বা কোন কেটা গ্ৰুপছৰ চেয়াৰমেন ইজ প্ৰাইম মিনিষ্টাৰ হেতু বুদে যেনেকে নীতি আয়োগ হৈ গ'ল আমাৰ ISC হৈ গ'ল হেখিনি ওকে he is the third citizen, second citizen is vice president, first citizen is president. Okay, important points এখিনি আপোনালোকে চাব পাৰে term, this is very very important, this is very very important. যেনেকে president of 5-year term থাকে but the term of the president is not fixed, it is the pleasure of the president. Term of the prime minister. The term of the president is 5 years, but the term of the prime minister is not fixed. I'll repeat, the term of the president is 5 years, but the term of the prime minister is not fixed. It will according to the pleasure of the president fixed. Okay, so that is all for today. We'll do the rest of the things tomorrow quickly. Ekhini apnalokor already heavy hoye goise aji karone, so we'll try to finish it tomorrow. Kindly revise. If you have any doubts, then I'll open the session for discussion.